Yeah, hi. My name is Praveen, and I'm going to be your lifestyle coach for diabetes prevention today.
Hi, my name is Swati. I'm also going to be your lifestyle prevention coach and participant today.
Right, let's go ahead and share. We'll be doing the module 6 today. And, I hope that you've been keeping up with a lot of the material and going through some of the existing ones before. Before we go into that, this module is about how we're going to identify some ways to get more active. I think previously we looked into how to get active, and then now we should try to get into some of the ways that are more active. And previously we'll also be discussing and showing you how to build muscles. If you're able, bring a resistance band, two small weights, or two household items to use as weights. I'm looking forward to this session. All right. So Swati garu, do you have any couple of small weights that you can have with you?
Yeah, sure. I do have, Andy. I have like 5 pound dumbbells and I have some resistant bands.
Nice, nice. I think I do have a couple as well. So that's good that I have them handy in my office. So I have a 10-pound dumbbells. I think that should be good enough for today's class. But I think though, having resistance band and, if not, like having a 2 soup cans is even also fine.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think we should do that disclaimer about people getting their doctor's advice before they do any exercises.
yes, yes, I agree. I agree that you should try to figure out whether you're healthy. You can do some of these exercises and make sure you do it like very slow, and then that way you don't injure yourself in the pattern, in the process, right? Then, all right. So with that, remind they should be cleared for physical activity by a healthcare provider prior to doing any physical activity associated with the lifestyle change program. So if you have any sort of chronic issues or anything like that, just keep in touch with a healthcare provider. A lot of times these days, you don't need an explicit doctor visit for many of them, assuming you have gone to the doctor once a year. You probably want to be able to text them and or message them to get some clearance. And then with that, all right. So there's also the personal success tool. There's the Get Active. So I'm trying to open that link just to give you an idea of what that is. There you go. Okay, so this is the personal success tool. And this tool will help you validate what you have done, what you have learned so far. Like, for example, it will try to ask you some questions, like, for example, what is it that you're looking forward to, and boosting your mental health, living longer. This is gonna like reinforce what you have done already, right? Okay, so with that, let's just jump into the module. So we have on page 5, we have a session focus. Page 6, we have a story on purpose of getting more active, and 7 on or ways to get more active. Page 10, build your muscles, and page 12, track more details about your activity, and then 15, plan for success. Okay, all right. With that, let's get into this. All right, so I think I'll open a Word version, Acrobat version. So, okay. All right, page 2. Okay. So as you guys know, getting more active can help you prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. In this session, we will talk about the purpose of getting more active, some ways to get more active, and how to track more details about your activity. You'll also make a new action plan to make sure that you're working at a moderate or medium pace. Use the talk test. That means that you can talk but not sing through your activity. So that's your test, right? So if you're walking and you're happily talking, but talking to your friend on your phone, but you cannot sing, like for example, then that's when that means that it is the moderate. If you can sing, that means that you have that means that you're not going fast enough. So that's your goal, to get a little bit more active. All right, with that, I'd like to Swati to give the story. Please go ahead.
So this is Olga's story. Olga is at risk for type 2 diabetes. So she's trying to get a little more active each week. Her goal is to be active for at least 150 minutes per week at a moderate pace. Week 1, what Olga does is Olga takes a gentle stroll around the block. It takes her about 10 minutes. She does this for 3 days that week. And week 2, Olga walks around the block 2 times. It takes her 17 minutes. She does this for 5 days that week. So she is slowly increasing her level of activity. And in week 3, Olga walks around the block 3 times each on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It takes her 21 minutes. Toward the end of the week, her work gets very busy and she ends up staying late a couple of days. It's dark by the time she gets home and she doesn't want to be active. By Saturday, she is discouraged and feels like giving up. She does not get active at all that weekend. So on week 4, week 4, Olga decides to follow the same walking schedule as she did on Monday through Wednesday of week 3. Monday is hard because she missed several days, but Tuesday is better. And by Thursday, she's again able to walk around the block 3 times in 21 minutes. On Friday, she is feeling great and adds some hills to her route. This week, she exercises every day, starting on Saturday. She also does 2 sets of 3 reps with a resistance band. And on week 5, she increased it even more. Olga follows the same walking schedule as she did on Monday through Wednesday of week 3. She walks around the block 3 days this week. For 2 days this week, she also does 3 sets of 5 reps with a resistance band. These days, Olga is meeting her activity goals. She's lost weight and her blood sugar is lower than it was before she started getting more active. So Olga slowly increased her activity levels, and she's actually keeping it, she paced herself and she's getting into the habit. So getting into the habit is what you need to do so that it should come to you unconsciously, is what the lifestyle coaching suggests.
Yes.
So you can take it, Tanvi.
Yeah, that's good. I like that, the fact that she's jumping onto the resistance band. I've noticed that a lot of people are busy and they can't always walk, but having those things at home really helps you, first of all, meet her goals, and then be, add, strengthen your muscles. So, okay, with that, so let's get into this. Build your muscles. Building your muscles has many benefits. What are most important to you? One is increased strength, reduces the risk of falls, increases muscle mass and bone density, improves balance and coordination and mobility, maintains independence in performing activities of daily life, boosts metabolism, improves mood, helps to boost calorie burn, helps to improve sleep, boosts self-confidence and self-esteem, reduces the signs and symptoms of many diseases and chronic conditions. It is important to build muscles safely. Here are some important safety tips to remember. If you have health concerns, you should talk to your doctor before you start any activity program. Warm up before being active and cool down afterwards. Be active at the proper intensity with correct amount of weight for your current level of strength. Perform activities to the point at which it would be difficult to do another repetition. Don't perform activities quickly. This should be done in a slow, controlled motion. Breathe regularly throughout each activity. If you are not well enough to be active, take a break and see how you feel the next day. Try athletic shoes with good support, such as walking, running, or cross-training sneakers. Never wear ankle weights or hold dumbbells while walking or doing any other aerobic activities such as biking or jogging. So yeah, these are all very great advice, Andy. I wish we have a way to help people a lot. But I think this is great, very good stuff that the CDC has put out. And I think we know a lot of this is like really good information, but I think it's great that the CDC has actually taken the time to provide this for us. So we know this is actually backed by research.
Yes, absolutely. And as we said in the beginning of the program, beginning of the video, it's
Mhm.
very, very important that you talk to your doctor before you start any activity and slowly pace yourself, like what Praveen Garu just said.
Mhm.
Definitely pace yourself and then keep adding to it.
Right. Okay. I think we talked about building resistance. So the first one is like super easy to do. It's called wall push-ups. So for that, face a wall, stand a little bit more than an arm's length away, and keep your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, and then face the wall. Stand a little bit more than an arm's length away. I think they just repeated this one. Okay, and then lean forward. Put your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Slowly breathe in as you bend your elbows and lower your upper body towards the wall. Use a slow, controlled motion. Hold the position for 1 second, breathe out, and then slowly push back yourself until your arms are straight. Repeat this 10 to 15 minutes, and then rest, then repeat 10 to 15 times. So they asked for 2 times of 10 to 15 times. And then I think this should take like roughly around couple of minutes. So why don't we take some time and do that, Swati Garu? Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm going to do it
Probably
for a
we can.
while here. I hope that the camera catches some of the action. If not, I think it's pretty easy. So I don't think we have to do that. We don't need a camera. Okay.
So I hope all of you are trying out the wall push-ups. It's actually pretty easy. So how are we doing so far, Praveen Garu? How are your wall push-ups coming along? Because we can't see you on the screen.
10 of them on the first rep. Give me 5 more seconds, I guess. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. All right. So 15 of them I've done so far. I think that was pretty good. So I'll take some rest, maybe rest for a few seconds, but it wasn't too bad. For me, somebody who goes works out a lot, and I play volleyball, and even I found that to be a little bit, interesting. It wasn't,
Challenging.
yeah, it wasn't that easy. So I think we'll just give a few seconds, and then if you're feeling tired, don't beat yourself up. It's normal. I think as you repeat this, you'll probably get more. All right, let's do the next rep. I think this time I'll keep counting 1, 2, 3 like that. So
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, that was good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it definitely builds up your arm muscles.
Arm muscles. And all right, so let's take some rest. If you want to have a little bit of drink, water, sip some water, but then yes, let's get into the next one. You can always pause these videos, right? And then come back to them. That's the beauty of having these YouTube videos that, it's already there. All right, so now the arm raises with weights. So a stand or a sit in a sturdy armless chair. Keep your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, and then hold your weights at your sides at shoulder weight, and keep your palms facing forward. Breathe slowly. Slowly breathe out as you raise your both arms above your head. Keep your elbows slightly bent. Keep your palms facing forward, and hold the position for 1 second. And breathe in as you slowly lower your arms. Repeat 10 to 15 times. All right, start with weights. So, low weights can be as much as like a soup cans that you have at home, or even like some sort of a lentil bag or anything like that. And then slowly, work your way up to heavier weights. You can do one arm at a time, or if that's easier, if you prefer, you can use, soup cans or other objects that I mentioned. All right, I'm gonna try these 10-pound weights here. See, and then let's see. All right, so I'm gonna start now. I think they said 10 to 15 times, and then breathe in as you breathe out as you raise your arm, and then breathe in as you lower your arms. All right, we'll start with that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I have 11. It's good for today. The 10 to 15, so I'm going to take a break at 11. All right.
Yeah, these are actually pretty intense
Yeah,
as you begin.
the 10-pound weights are a bit harder for me, but that's what I found in my office right now.
Yeah. So the next exercise would be arm curls with resistance bands.
Mhm.
Sit in a sturdy armless chair. Keep your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Place the center of the resistance band under both feet. Hold each end of the band with palms facing inward. Keep elbows at your sides. Breathe in slowly. Keep wrists straight. Slowly breathe out as you bend your elbows and bring your hands toward your shoulders. Hold the position for 1 second. Breathe in as you slowly lower your arms. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Rest, then repeat 10 to 15 more times. Start with a stretchy band. Work your way up to a less stretchy band. If your resistance band has a handle, hold on tightly. If the band has no handle, wrap it around your hand to keep it from slipping.
Okay, Andy,
So,
let me look at the resistance
yeah,
band. Just give me a second.
sure. Then probably you can show us.
Okay.
So while, yeah,
It.
Praveen got it.
Right. I found them. All right. So I'm going to stand a little bit back and see if you guys can see it. And this is the resistance band they talked about. Right. So as they mentioned, keep place the center of the resistance band under both feet. So 1, 2, I did that.
You need to sit
So
down for this exercise.
yeah, you could sit down. Yes, you're right. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so let me do that. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, so you guys can see the distance bands. So keep your wrist straight. Okay. And then slowly breathe out as you bend your elbows and bring your hand towards your shoulders. Hold each of the band with palms facing forward. Keeps elbows your side. And then breathe in slowly as you lower your arms. And then breathe out as you bend your elbows. So, all right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thank you. So I guess rest and do another rep. So what they've recommended is doing 2 reps of 10 to 15 times, which I think is very interesting. I think that's good that they've chosen that. I think that's a good starting point. All right.
So they have some really good sources for the exercises and physical activity. Your everyday guide sample exercises for strength.
Mhm.
So this is from the National Institute on Aging, and the other source is CDC and John Hancock Center for Physical Activity and Nutrition. So this one is strength training for older adults.
Mhm.
So this is like a really good source for people who haven't been active for a long time. They can start, younger people who haven't been active for a long time. They can also go to the cdc.gov website link, and slowly, probably they can build up their strength and then do it appropriate to their age. But for older adults, this seems to be a really good source. And there's another link from CDC too. This is 2008 Physical Activity Guidelines for Americans, fact sheet for health professionals on physical activity guidelines for older adults. So these sources seem to be really good. And we would advise you guys to explore these sources and choose activities that suit you. So, Praveen Gaur, probably you can talk about the strategies for increasing your activity.
Right. Yeah. So let's go to the next one. So yeah, those are all excellent resources as I go through them. So I think I would recommend all of you guys to take a look at that and see how you can improve your activity and stay fit and get fit. So what are the strategies for increasing your activity? So now we have established a few of the ways. Like one is like doing a bicep curls with a can of food while you march in place. And so the bicep curls are where like, doing something like that, where you're going to get like a bicep curl. And then do more reps or sets and then lift heavier weights. You can start with like a 5 pound and then, or 3 pounds, or even 2 pounds, and then start, go up all the way. Always try to push yourself a little bit. And then push a stroller while you walk, while you're walking, push a stroller. So it actually increases your activity, takes more steps per day or week. Let's say you started out with like 3,000 or 5,000 steps. slowly increase them to like 6,000 or 7,000 like that, or even 10,000 steps, which is really good. Walk farther, walk faster, and walk longer, and walk up steeper hills. Whenever you walk up steeper hills, it improves your, it increases your activity, requirement, requires more energy to walk up steep hills. So here's the question: how will you get active over the next few weeks? Swati Garu, would you like to comment on that?
Sure, Andy. So I would actually, since it's spring is ending and summer's coming, I generally love to go on hikes. So I generally go online, check what are the good hiking places in and around my place, and choose a different trail each time. And this actually is very. I used to do it last summer, and I'm planning to do the same this summer too. Explore different trails in and around New Jersey.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah. I guess each week you'll be trying different trail. Is that the plan?
Yes, yeah,
So,
different trails.
yeah, so I think you brought up a good point. Summer's coming, so I normally don't like to swim a lot. But, during other weathers, but I might plan on taking up some swimming. I'm part of this club, so we just go up there and swim a little bit more than usual, and try to get more active. Add swimming to my regular exercise. So
Oh wow, swimming is like it works out all your muscles in your body, so it's a very good exercise.
mhm. Yeah, hiking is great too. All right. So with the plan for success, as I mentioned before, there is the Get Active Personal Success module. Recommend everybody to try that. So here's a question. And they give you a screenshot of that. All right. So and then here is the quiz actually to try that. Right. So with that, I guess we'll close for today then. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good week. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining, and hope this will inspire you to be more active and choose your own exercises. Thank you.
All right, go for it. Bye.